Today we have the brand new Google Core update. As you can see right here, this is going to have a huge impact on SEO this week and over the next few weeks. It was just announced a few hours ago as an update, and basically Google said, today we release a November 2024 Core update. We'll add it to our ranking release history page in the near future and update you when the rollout is complete. For more information, click here. And if we look at this, so it was announced on the 11th of November, 1:23 p.m. PST, and you can see the details on the November 2024 Core update right here. Now, if you're not familiar with Core updates, essentially they can have a huge impact on rankings. So I'll come on to that in a second. I'll show you some examples of websites that got hit and also some websites that actually reversed the impact of taking a hit from Google Core updates. Additionally, if you want to see previous Core updates, so the last one was on the 15th of August. They've actually released 1, 2, 3, 4 Core updates in the last 12 months, as you can see right here. So these typically quarterly updates. Now, if you're wondering, okay, what does this actually cover? What does it mean, etc.? Well, essentially, when this happens, the SERPs can be very volatile because this essentially analyzes the core fundamentals of a website in terms of SEO and then re-ranks them, which makes the SERPs very volatile right here. You can actually use a free sensor called the SEMrush Volatility Sensor, which actually gives you a breakdown for each niche. So, for example, if we look down the list here, you can see that in the news industry, this is almost as high as it possibly can be in terms of volatility. Whereas if we look at something like, for example, health, that is a lot less volatile across the SERPs, but still in the high range. And so this is super useful for figuring out, okay, how does this impact my niche? What's going on right now? And, where are my rankings at? Now, in terms of Google Search Console and your rankings right there, that's going to take a few more days to actually see an impact because obviously that's a day or two behind. And additionally, like core updates, they take a while to roll out. Usually this takes between 2 weeks to a month to actually completely roll out in terms of its impact on the rankings. Another useful volatility index is Wincher, but Wincher's index actually, they've tracked it as normal volatility right now. And in terms of SEO data, I'd say that SEMrush probably has more comprehensive data across the SERPs. So let's run through what Core Update is and what it means for your website. So essentially, as I've shown you before, Google has released 4 Core Updates over the last 12 months. And these aren't targeting like one specific thing on your website. So for example, if your rankings go down, you can't really correlate it to like, oh, this is my links or it's my content or I've used AI content, blah, blah, blah. It's never really down to that. It kind of impacts your website overall and looks at the main fundamentals. Now, if you do see that there's a traffic drop in terms of your core update, one thing that you can actually do is correlate it with the timing of the update. So one way to do this quite easily, if you're looking back retroactively, is to go directly onto Ahrefs. And then from there, you can see, okay, what updates were released. Now, if you want to zoom out from this, because you can see there are loads of updates pretty much quarterly, if not monthly, in terms of Google's update. But if you zoom in a little bit, so let's say we go to 6 months, it's much easier to see the correlation between traffic and rankings right here. So for example, if we look at the last 2 years for retrododo.com, this is quite a famous case study. Pretty much straight after the core update last year and the helpful content update, this website's rankings took a huge dip, right? And you can see that it just slides down right there. That's the other thing about these core updates. Typically, if your website does take a hit, then your site will be in a negative ranking state, as Corey Tugberg likes to say. And so your rankings tend to slip down and your traffic continuously drops until there's a bit of a reversal if you've changed the fundamentals on your site over the next few updates. Now, bear in mind, it's not guaranteed that if you fix your website and its fundamentals that you're going to recover from the next update, because sometimes it can take several core updates and quite a lot of changes to your site fundamentally before you can recover. And I don't see a massive amount of recoveries from Google core updates. One that I'll show you right now that is very interesting is housefresh.com. So you can see previously around August 2023 core update and also the helpful content update last year, their traffic just went down pretty much all the way down from like 51,000 traffic all the way down to like 1,800 traffic, so almost nothing. And then during the August 2024 core updates, so 12 months later and 3 to 4 core updates afterwards, you can see that the traffic went back up as there was a bit of a reversal for this website's traffic. And it's kind of continued at that positive trajectory right there, right? So you see how if you get hit by a core update, you can take a big hit, your website goes into a negative ranking state, it can take several core updates to recover. And then when you recover, typically you will see a positive ranking state and a positive trajectory after recovery. Not always the case, but that's just a very famous case study of recoveries from an update. Now, if you get hit by a core update, it's quite hard to recover and does take a long time, as I've already shown you. Additionally, it's a case of improving your fundamentals on your website, right? How do you improve the fundamentals on your website? Google actually have some guidance on exactly how to do that. So you can see they have this section on the official core update page about assessing a large drop in position. And it says, if you're seeing a sustained large drop in position for your site as a whole, read through the self-assessment, check if your site, not just individual pages, is delivering content that's helpful, reliable, and people first. Now, just because you improve your site's fundamentals doesn't mean you're going to start ranking again. And there are many unknown unknowns when it comes to recovery from a core update. But essentially, here's how you can self-assess your content to improve the quality and the fundamentals of it so that you can boost your probability chance of improving your rankings and recovery next time. So for example, when it comes to content quality, they have a bunch of questions that you can ask yourself right here. So for example, does the content provide regional information? Is it insightful? Does it go beyond the obvious? Is it produced well? Does it have spelling or stylistic issues? And then also expertise questions, right? So do you present your information in a way that makes people want to trust it with evidence? If someone researched your site as a content creator, would they come away thinking that you're a widely recognized authority on the topic? And does the content have any easily verified factual errors? So there's all these questions on the page that you can ask yourself just to look at your content and the fundamentals of your website and go, okay, have I done something wrong here? Have I skipped things here? It's not always the case if you fixed every single one of these, you're going to start ranking again. Again, just wait. Don't make any drastic changes. I would wait like a few weeks, if not a month, after the core update's rolled out before you make any fundamental changes to your site. Because even after a core update is rolled out, quite often the volatility of your site and the volatility of the SERPs can still be very variable. So just to recap on everything, I want to make sure this video is as actionable as it possibly can be. First thing to do, check the core announcements and wait for 2 to 4 weeks for this to fully roll out. When the update is fully rolled out, you'll see the details right there, and Google will officially announce that the core update is rolled out completely. I would expect volatility, so during a core update, you can expect fluctuations across all sorts of industries, and you can use volatility tools that are actually included inside this document if you want to monitor those yourself. If you want to check the fluctuations in your traffic, just use Google Search Console, and remember that it's usually got a 1 to 2 day lag in terms of tracking the data. Avoid any immediate changes, don't do anything drastic, don't make any changes during a core update, give it at least 2 to 4 weeks to roll out, as we talked about. And then once you've done that, just compare versus past updates, right? So if you just look at the timelines and look, okay, when was the core update announced? And then how does my traffic look before and after that? Additionally, you can identify the specific pages hit, because quite often when a site loses its traffic, it's just a few specific pages that were actually taking a big drop. Additionally, once you've done that, you can then do a site content self-assessment. If you want the details on that, I've actually included the links inside this document, which you can find under the fundamentals section here. And that gives you all the questions and all the information that you need about improving the core fundamentals of your website, plus how to do it. If your site gets hit, there's no guarantee and it can take a long time to get your rates back. There's no shortcuts there. And if you want to track your volatility over time, you can use SEMrush. And if you're wondering, okay, can a website fully recover after a core update? It can, but it often takes like multiple updates and consistent improvements to the fundamentals of your site. And again, this is not guaranteed. And if you want more information on this, all the video notes from today are directly inside this document, which I'll give you access to right now. So if you want to get access to all the video notes from today, all the resources that I mentioned, etc., what I'll do, I'll plug that directly inside my free SEO course, link in the comments description. Once you're logged in, go to the free SEO course, then go to the update section. There's a bunch of other stuff on update recovery right here and also previous updates. And I'm going to add a new lesson called November Core Update. And you can find all the video notes, resources, FAQs answered, and a step-by-step SOP directly inside this document so that you've got everything you need to get through this core update. Some websites can flourish after a core update, and I hope that happens to everyone watching. And if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session, maybe you've got some questions about the core update, maybe you need some support, etc., feel free to book in a free SEO strategy session, link in the comments description. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot. On this free link building acceleration session, you'll get a free SEO domination plan, discover the secrets of SEO link building, we'll answer any questions you have one-to-one, and you'll learn the best link building strategy for your website, plus how to quickly outrank your competitors to link building and 10x your SEO traffic based on what's working for us. Now, bear in mind, most agencies, most consultants, etc., will charge you thousands of dollars for a call like this. We're giving it to you away for free because we want to help you. So feel free to put that in, link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.